You believe you are anxious. You are not. What you call anxiety is not anxiety. It is something older than that word, something more precise, and you have been treating it wrong for years. Not because you lack discipline, not because you lack support, because you have been working on the wrong axis. The real reason your chest is tight is not psychological, it is structural. There is a law older than therapy, older than psychology, older than the vocabulary you have been using to describe what you feel. It is called the principle of polarity. It is one of the 7 Hermetic principles, and it states something the modern world refuses to teach. There is no separate state called anxiety. There is no separate state called calm. They are the same thing, at different ends of the same scale. You are not switching between 2 emotions. You are sliding along one. What you have been calling anxiety is not the absence of calm. It is calm at the wrong pole. Watch this. You wake up. Your chest is already tight. Your thoughts are already moving. You have not done anything yet. The day has not even begun. You name it. Anxiety. You try to fix it. You take a breath. You drink water. You read a passage. You scroll something gentle. You try to outrun the sensation by softening it. It does not leave. It only changes shape. You go to work. You perform. You manage. By the time you are home, you are not tired from doing. You are tired from containing. You sit on the edge of the bed. The chest is still tight. The thoughts are still moving. You whisper the same conclusion you whispered yesterday. There must be something wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with you. You are simply standing at the lower end of a scale you do not know exists. And the scale you are standing on is the same one a calm person is standing on. You are not different from them in nature, only in degree. If you value understanding the structure behind your own mind, subscribe. These conversations are not isolated. They build. Each one closes a door that has been open in your life without your knowledge. The principle of polarity is stated in the Kybalion like this. Heat and cold are the same thing. Light and dark are the same thing. Love and hate are the same thing. Not similar, not related, the same. At different degrees of one continuum, there is no point at which heat ends and cold begins. There is only more heat or less heat. The line you imagine between them is mental. It does not exist in the substance. The same is true of every emotion you carry. You are not anxious or calm. You are not afraid or courageous. You are not depressed or alive. You are at one degree of one thing, and what you call the negative pole is simply the same vibration, lowered. This changes how you fight it. You stop trying to eliminate. You begin trying to shift. You stop trying to remove the feeling. You begin trying to raise its degree. Because the calm you are seeking is not somewhere else. It is the same energy you are already feeling, polarized differently. And here is where the structure becomes more precise. The lower pole is not only a feeling, it is an identity in motion. You have rehearsed being someone whose chest is tight, someone whose mornings begin in tension, someone who carries the world on the lower frequency. It is not who you are, it is who you have been being, repeated, confirmed, strengthened. Every time you say, I am anxious, you are not describing, you are reinforcing the pole you are standing on. The words you use about yourself are not neutral, they are vibratory commands. They instruct the subconscious which end of the scale to maintain. The one who says, I am calm while the chest is tight is not lying, he is shifting. The one who says, I am anxious while seeking calm is not honest. He is contradicting himself, and the lower pole is winning. Atkinson called this the mental atmosphere, the vibration you are emitting at every moment, whether you intend it or not. It does not respond to your wish for change. It responds to your repetition. It responds to what you say to yourself when no one is listening. It responds to the version of you that you keep practicing in private. This is why people change therapists, change cities, change relationships, change jobs, and find the same chest tightness waiting for them in the new apartment, on the new bed, with the new partner. They did not change the pole. They only changed the scenery. The pole travels with you. It is not in the room, it is in the rehearsal. Now hear what the cost is. To shift the pole, something must be released. The version of you that has been managing the lower end. The identity built around the struggle. The friends who only know you as the one who is overwhelmed. The familiarity of the chest tightness. You will resist this, not because shifting is hard, because you have rehearsed being someone who cannot. The lower pole feels like home, not because it is comfortable, but because it is known, and the human mind defends the known with more energy than it spends on becoming. This is why people read the same books, attend the same workshops, listen to the same teachers, and remain at the same pole for 15 years. They are not lazy, they are loyal to a version of themselves that is producing what they say they no longer want. The Hermetic teaching is precise about this. It says pain and pleasure follow the same law of polarity. It says the wise do not seek the destruction of the negative pole. They seek transmutation, mental transmutation, the deliberate shifting of one's vibration along the scale. This is not magic. This is not metaphor. It is the recognition that the mind is the only place where polarity is actually controlled. Outside of you, heat and cold are weather. Inside of you, anxiety and calm are choices of degree. Most will not believe this, because believing it requires admitting something difficult, that you have been participating in the lower pole, not consciously, not intentionally, but repeatedly, with your words, with your attention, with your replays of the same scene. The chest tightness is not happening to you. It is being maintained by you through a pole you have not yet learned to leave. You have already done this without knowing. Think of a moment you were furious. Then someone you love walked into the room. The fury did not negotiate. It transmuted. In a fraction of a second, the same energy that was about to break something became softness. You did not eliminate the anger. You shifted its pole. That was polarity in action. You have done this thousands of times. You simply did not know it had a name. You did not know it was a law you could operate at will. You have been waiting for life to shift your pole for you, and life will not. If you do not learn this principle, here is what will happen. You will not collapse. That is not how this fails. You will simply repeat. You will manage the same chest tightness for another year, then another, then 10. You will get better at hiding it. You will perform calm in meetings. You will smile in photographs. You will tell yourself you are healing. And the inner pole will not move. You will read more, try more techniques, take more breaths, confess to more listeners, and the substance underneath will remain identical, because you have been working on the wrong axis the entire time. You have been trying to remove a feeling. You have not been shifting a pole. You have been treating the symptom as if it were a separate thing. It is not separate. It is one end of you. The shift begins where description ends. Stop saying I am anxious. Start saying I am at a lower vibration of calm. These are not the same sentence. The first reinforces, the second exposes, the first installs, the second redirects. The vocabulary you use about yourself is not commentary, it is construction. You are building the pole every time you name it, and you can build a different one, not by lying to yourself, not by pretending the chest is loose when it is tight, but by recognizing that what you are feeling is not a fixed state. It is a degree. Degrees move. So when does the shifting begin? Not when you feel ready, because readiness is not a precondition, it is a result. Not when the anxiety is gone, because the anxiety will not leave first. The pole will leave first, and the anxiety with it. Not when you have read another book, because the books have not been the issue. The application has been. Not next year, because next year will be built from what you repeat today. The shift is not a future event. It is a present orientation. You raise the degree by one, then again, You do not eliminate the lower pole. You stop standing on it. Comment this: I am at the wrong pole, not as defeat, not as confession, as recognition, because most people will spend their entire lives at one end of a scale they did not know they were standing on. You no longer have that excuse. Most attempt to manage their feelings. Few ever examine the pole producing them, and until that pole is seen, the same feelings will return, wearing different names, on different mornings, for the rest of your life.